Making money online is something that many of us want to do, but I know it can get overwhelming trying to figure out where to start, what to learn, and how to sell. Before I made my first bit of money online, I was trying to figure out these things as well, and I wasn't sure how to approach it either. And even now, I'm still trying to improve my skills and always continuously trying to get better, as I feel like this is an ongoing journey. However, I do know a lot more now, having gone through the process of trying to learn and understand the best ways to try and start your progress with making money online. So in this video, I'm going to give you 4 high income skills that you could learn to start your journey with making money online. On this YouTube channel, I try to talk about all different things from no-code software to business and productivity. So if you are into any of those things, consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And let's get better together. Now, skill number 1 is something that pretty much every business needs, and that is sales. Now, as I've just mentioned, every business that you can think of needs sales. You need to learn how to sell. You need to be able to sell your product or service to your clients, to your leads, to whoever you're providing the service for, whether it be customers, whether it be other businesses. Without knowing how to sell, there isn't really going to be much progress within that business. And that's something I learned as well when I started mine. Now, essentially, sales is how you guide someone through the process of getting them to understand a bit more about your product or service, trying to find out how it can help solve their problem, and conveying that message across to them in a way that allows them to see the full picture about how your service or product is the right one for them, and you pretty much showing them all the information they need to make them feel more certain and confident with going with your option. Of course, there's many different ways of how you can learn this type of skill. How you can learn to really understand and solve someone's problems in a conversation, when you're having a meeting with them, things like that. And sales can just also be how to position your product or service in the right way to the right audience. So it's not just about how you're talking to someone, it's also about how you're positioning yourself in the actual audience that you're trying to sell to. So if you do learn the skills of sales, what you can then do is you can, for example, approach other businesses or even content creators who sell a different product or service, whether it be a course or anything like that, and offer them your services to sell the product on their behalf. So what you would do essentially is you would take the inbound lead calls. So all the meetings that have been set up for the business, you would take those calls and again, use your selling skills to try and get the lead to buy. And the usual structure with this is every time you make a sale on behalf of that business that you're working for, you will take a percentage of the actual price of the product or service. Now again, sales is a skill that everyone will need in a business, whether you actually are going to be hard selling or you're more someone who does it in a more casual way, but you still need to understand how to sell. And if you're someone who has that skill, you can leverage that and use it to your advantage and sell on someone else's behalf or sell for your own product or service that you've started up, and you can increase your overall percentage of how much you can make and how much you can actually convert people from being leads to actual customers. So in my opinion, whether you actually want to get into the sales industry or actually have that as your main high income skill or not, you still need to learn sales. So definitely I would suggest getting to learn and be more familiar with this skill, because whether or not you actually make it your main high income skill or not, it's going to be of value to you and you're going to definitely use that skill, whether it be now or in the near future. Now, 3 key components that sales can be broken down into is 1, understanding customer needs, 2, building relationships and trust with the customer, and 3, understanding persuasion techniques where you can properly assess the problems that they have. And obviously you have to make sure that the solution is the right one for them. But then you have to also understand that you need to convince them, obviously a way that's not manipulative, but try to make them understand why this is the right fit for them. How you can actually learn this skill, I would suggest, is reading books, taking some short courses, whether it be free ones or paid ones. There's a lot of different ones on sales and the skills of sales. And also attending seminars, whether that be online or in person, and learning from people who have actually been in the trenches, who have actually sold a lot of different types of products or services, sold high ticket items, low ticket items. Learn from the people who've already done it and who are currently doing it. And to be honest, sales is something that we use every day in our lives. We are always trying to, prove our point, convince people to, go to a place that we want to go to, or, agree with us on a certain decision. That's technically selling, but it's obviously not selling for a business. It's selling for something you want to do in your life. So it's actually something that we all tend to use pretty much every day, but we just don't realize it. So just get better at interacting with people, get better at understanding the problems they have and how to dissect the problem. And then you'll be able to easily implement a solution if, of course, it's the right fit for them. Now, the second skill is also a really important one and probably one that you will use regardless of if you actually make it your main income or not, and that is marketing. So this kind of goes hand in hand with sales. If you don't know how to market a product, you're not even going to get a chance to be able to sell it. So marketing is a very important factor for any business as well. Now, look at it this way. If a business knows how to market very well, they still have a pretty good chance of doing well and making a lot of profit, even if their product is average, if you want to say. But if someone has the world's best product or service that is unmatched and unbeatable by anyone, but has no idea how to actually market it, then no one's going to know about it, no one's going to show any interest, and no one's going to actually buy. This is why marketing and essentially putting your product or service in the faces of people who would be interested in it is so important to understand how to do this. Again, whether it be for yourself and your own business or helping someone else do it. Yes, the marketing landscape is always changing, whether it be content marketing, email marketing. There's obviously a lot of different ways that you can learn, and things always tend to change. But the principle of marketing and the actual purpose and how to actually understand the psychology of consumer behavior will always be the same. Because if you compare digital marketing to traditional marketing, yes, the platforms were different. Let's say, for example, previously used to be newspapers and radios, as opposed to now being social media and paid online advertising. The concept is still the same. They still are trying to use the right copywriting techniques to convince the right audience to purchase their product, and also showing them how it would be of benefit to them and how it will improve their overall circumstance. That's essentially what marketing is. It's getting the right people to see the right product or service for them and explaining to them why it's actually the thing that they should be buying. Now, core areas of content marketing that you could learn would be content marketing, SEO, social media marketing, and email marketing. So any of those areas you can get into, you can start to learn. And again, it's something that you can learn the actual fundamentals of, and you can easily implement those strategies in all those different areas of marketing that I've just explained, utilizing those fundamentals and principles. So you can offer marketing services to other businesses like what I've done as well. Yes, don't get me wrong, a lot of people try to do this, but it's about how are you going to actually find a way to stand out and be different to the majority of people who are offering just kind of your average services and aren't really standing out in any particular way. That's something you're going to have to figure out and then be able to market yourself to those businesses if you want to work on your own. Now, if you want to work and do it on behalf of others, obviously you can learn these skills and then explain it to the other business that you want to work with, how you can make their marketing better, show them examples, work for free for a little bit, or provide something of value for them that they can see the potential of your work and give them a reason as to why they should choose you to work with them. Skill number 3 is design and development. Now this can vary starting from things like web design, graphic design, and software development even. And these skills, again, are always going to be in high demand. People are going to always want designs for their business, for their brand, whether it be a website, whether it be a logo, whether it be certain types of designs for their content marketing. Design will always be something that will be in need. However, again, just like the other skills, you need to find ways to stand out and to show that you're capable of providing these services in a way that isn't just like everyone else who's trying to do the same thing. And to be honest, if you want to take it to the next level, I would suggest learning something in the development side of things, because not as many people try that, because yes, it is more difficult and does have a higher barrier to entry. So if you do want to put in that extra effort and learn something that could be a little bit more complicated, then getting into development would definitely be an option, because not as many people provide or offer that service to other businesses. And these days you can get into no-code development, which is what a lot of my channel is about as well. So definitely check out some of my other videos to see what the potential is with other no-code tools and softwares that you could use to build things for other businesses that can be very valuable for them, and they could also pay you quite a bit of money for. Now, some key principles and tools that you need to be aware of for the design and development area would be things like UX and UI principles, understanding how you can build proper user interfaces and creating that unique user experience. And then for development side of things, if you do want to get into code, you could obviously learn the actual programming side of things and languages like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But like I mentioned earlier, these days, the potential of no-code development, you could pretty much build almost the same things as you would with code. So if you learn those tools and learn the details of how you can actually build the right product for a niche or an audience, you could also achieve it without knowing how to code. And skill number 4 would be video editing. As you all are probably aware, content and social media content, whether it be on this platform or other platforms, is probably at an all-time high at the moment. Everyone is trying to get into content. whether that be individuals trying to build personal brands or businesses trying to improve their overall business brand. The growing importance of video content and having that connection with your audience has probably never been more important, especially these days when everyone is trying to stand out. The best way to actually do that is to build that connection with your audience, which is why so many people and businesses are getting into the content now and understanding that they just have to do it whether they like it or not. Because if they really want to scale to where they want to get to, they know that building that audience will provide so many different opportunities to grow the specific business. So that's where you would come in and provide those video editing services to them and show them how by using your video editing techniques and skills, you could take their content to that next level, going from something that's really basic to something that's a lot more engaging and in-depth for their audience to really relate to and enjoy consuming. Now, some essential skills you need to know if you want to get into video editing would be, of course, understanding a certain software that allows you to do video editing, whether that be Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, or a bunch of other ones that allow you to do a lot of different things. But I would say those two are the most popular. So if I was to learn video editing and actually provide it as a service, I would probably pick out of the two of Final Cut or Adobe Premiere Pro. Learn that and just get really, really good to be able to edit all different types of video content. Now, you also want to try and find a way to be good at editing videos in a way that could increase the ability to show storytelling within the video. So for example, if someone has filmed a video or a piece of content, the better the storytelling is within that video and the better that you can actually edit it in a way that really emphasizes on the storytelling, the more engaging it will be for their audience and the better results you will get for the people you're editing your video for. So really understand the concepts of video, things like the hook, the intro, the main sections and conclusion. Really get an understanding of how proper video editors and even some of the biggest content creators learn how they do all of that, so you can provide that within your video editing skills to the people you're going to actually help. Now, a really good way to actually get good at video editing would be to actually film content on your own, even if it's just practice ones. Film some videos. If you're not that confident, you don't have to post it, but just film videos and edit them yourself. Edit your own types of videos and different structures, whether it be talking head videos like this one, or it'd be something, a lot more cinematic. Just start recording and edit them yourself. That way you can even build up your portfolios, because if you don't have any clients, you need to obviously show them your work and show them how you can provide them your skill that could be valuable for them. So a good way to build your portfolio is to just do your own content, edit that, and then show them the capabilities that you have with the skills that you've learned. Of course, another way would be to offer the service for free for a business or a client and tell them that if they're not satisfied with your service, that they won't have to pay you, and it's just something you want to use in your portfolio. You want to try and build up your portfolio, and then you can do each other a favor by you providing the video editing service, and they can help you build up your portfolio to then show future clients who can then pay you. And that specific technique would go for all of the high income skills that I've just mentioned. Offering your service for free at the start just to build up your portfolio, just to increase your skills and get better at it, is definitely a really good option to start off with. Because that way, a lot more people will be willing to take you on, willing to give you a go and to see what you're capable of. And at the same time, you can build up your skill level, build up your confidence. And then when you approach other businesses, you have a lot more of a better understanding of how you can approach the conversation and tell them with conviction what you're actually capable of. So those are your 4 high income skills that you need to be aware of. If you're not sure about ways on how to make money online, pick one of those 4 that I've just mentioned. Then obviously pick a section within that. If you want to focus more specifically on a certain audience or a certain technique within those skills, and then start learning, start offering it to other businesses or people who would find that valuable and who you feel like will actually benefit from it, that is how you can start your journey to making money online. Now, if you want to see how I signed my first client when I started my business, check out this video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.